What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I missed you all, my peeps. I apologize. I was out sick. Plus, it was the holidays. Hope you guys had an amazing, lovely Thursday Thanksgiving with all the football, with all the Thanksgiving fixins. Let me know in the chat, what is your favorite part of Thanksgiving? Is it football? Is it stuffing? Is it turkey? Some people just like to smother things in gravy, and hey, all power to you. Also, Friday, Black Friday shoppers. Let me know if that's still a thing. I remember, I remember back in the day, getting done with Thanksgiving dinner. Damn, getting lined up in line. I remember one time I went to, I was in college, and I went to Best Buy. I went to Best Buy. It was like at 7 in the after. It was at 7 at night, and we just got done eating Thanksgiving dinner, and then we went to stand in line at Best Buy. We were standing, and then the store was still open and didn't really close yet. But we got a pretty good deal. We got a pretty good deal. It opened up at like 12 a.m. It was terrible, tired as hell. It was definitely, definitely something you can only do when you're, when you're about 20 to 21 years old. So obviously nowadays not the case. But hope you guys had a great shopping day. There's only there's only 22 more shopping days till Christmas. What's today, the 2nd? Yeah, today's the 2nd. 22 more shopping days till Christmas. If you're one of those late bloomers, one of those late shoppers, I gotta be honest, I do kind of love it with you. But at the same time, definitely gotta try to get my shopping done a little bit quicker. Gonna start doing it within the next couple of days, being brutally honest. But all in all, hope you guys are having an amazing holiday season. Fun, safe, hold your close ones, closer. And, just always go out there and try to make some new friends, new acquaintances, but most importantly, spread that holiday cheer that that comes around usually around Thanksgiving and Christmas time. So by all means, we're all humans. We are all a society. Let's all band together, end to hate, and let's come together as one and have an amazing holidays. All right, thank you so much for tuning in to the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your favorite wrestling fan here, Eric Rodriguez. Today we have a great show for you today on tap. Today we're going to talk about some WWE Friday Night SmackDown. We're going to talk about WWE Monday Night Raw. Then we're going to talk about WWE Survivor Series. Make sure you stay tuned for the third segment. We're going to break down all the matches, give an analysis, give you guys my winners and my losers. In our fourth segment, we're going to talk about injuries. Not a lot of people, obviously. A handful of individuals got injured during their respective WarGames matches. Obviously, those who come to mind, Jimmy, Bronson, Raquel Rodriguez. Stay tuned for the fourth segment. We talk about their injuries and the future of WWE with them off the roster. In our fifth and final segment, Shinsuke Nakamura is your new WWE United States Champion. Is it right? Does it suck for LA Knight? The good and the bad? We're going to talk about it all in our fifth segment, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But before we get on into any of that, I just want to remind you guys to go ahead and hit up that super chat, whether if you guys got a burning question or hot take in terms of the world of professional wrestling here at the GSMC Sports Network. We do love a lot of peace, love, and positivity 1,010%. This show is all about keeping the conversation going, making sure that you guys feel like your voice is part of the mix 1,010%. So don't be shy, drop your thoughts inside that chat. And if you really want to make sure your comment, question, or concern gets noticed, why not use that super chat? Just hit that $sign. Anything you put inside that box is going to be guaranteed to be featured on this show. Plus, anything you guys donate is a great way to support the channel. Obviously, all these amazing podcasters on this network have one goal in mind, to make sure that you guys consume as much sports content that you guys love so damn much. And guess what? It's absolutely 1,010% free. So make sure that you guys give back. Throw us a little love. Throw us a bone here. Throw us a little holiday cheer here. Obviously, we are super thankful for that. We are super grateful for each and every one of you guys who joins us here daily on the GSMC Sports Network. Your support makes all the difference. Let's keep the conversation going. Let's get this party started. Send in those super chats, those super stickers, because you guys are super awesome, and together we will make sure this podcast is bigger, better, and stronger than ever. Once again, Super Chat not your thing. Go ahead and hit up that tips and donations link at the GSMCpodcast.net. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Just remember to Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the show. Follow the show. Follow the network here at the GSMC Sports Network. We do love a lot of peace, love, and positivity 1,010%. But of course, in terms of talking sports, it's inevitable. There's going to be some disagreements, some criticisms. It's all good. It's all gravy on the turkey and the steak and the mashed potatoes. It's all gravy, baby. Don't worry about it. We just want to make sure you guys feel open and, not too shy to go in and chime in on this wrestling podcast to make sure you guys feel like you're, you guys are involved. This is your podcast just as much as it is mine. So, we can get started with that. All right, we have WWE SmackDown review. All in all, it was a nice little Fallout episode. It was not Fallout. It was the Go Home episode, obviously, before WWE Survivor Series. Obviously, since we're going to be breaking down Survivor Series, I'm not going to spend too much time on, the WarGames and everything. I'm going to kind of try to focus on things that weren't really highlighted during Survivor Series. Other than that, I feel like I'm just, sounding repetitive as a podcast, and I don't want to do that. All right, first, the show kicked off. We had the women's WarGames teams come out, both of them, Team Rhea, Team Ripley. Team Rhea, Team Liv, come out and they have their 2 cents. They throw their 2 cents. They start talking mess. Obviously, Bianca bringing up whoever hurt Bianca Belair, whoever hurt Jade Cargill. Liv, of course, throws suspicion at the whole Jade thing, talking about since Bayley wanted to be part of the team so damn bad, wants to stay relevant within that women's division on SmackDown or on Raw or maybe even WWE in general. She randomly pops up wanting to, obviously she has ties with Naomi, so there's still, some gray areas there. But who really attacked Jade Cargill? I'm just kind of thinking, about the best possible, storylines, the best bookings that this show could possibly, when I mean this show, I mean WWE SmackDown that could have. I have 2 in mind. One of them is obviously pretty far-fetched. I'm not really too sure about it, is Naomi. Naomi, she's been dying to get on television. She's on television. That's not what I mean. But she's dying to get she's been dying to get attention. She's been dying to get attention in WWE. She's definitely a veteran. She's had her title shots here and there. She had her little run as this. I think she was the SmackDown Women's. I don't even think it was a WWE Women's Champion. I think she was a SmackDown Women's Champion, and maybe that might kind of irk her. Maybe because she is, they're the 3 amigos. They're the 3 amigas. Right now, Naomi, I had suspicions and speculations as a WWE fan. I'm like, look, how many times do you want to just wash, rinse, and repeat the same storyline of Naomi? How many times do you want to do it? To the point where she plays the same character. She gets in the booking. She gets in the same storylines where she helps out her friends and then she ends up getting her ass kicked. And then people have to come and back her up. And then she triumphs it and she wins. Only for her to get broken down. I feel like it's the same thing over and over again. The only thing that really kind of concerns me with this is I feel like, much like a lot of really hardcore babyface superstars, what's it going to look like if she turns heel? Is it going to be cool for a couple of months, 3 to 6 months, and then after that, it's what do we do with her now? And see, that's something that WWE has done in the past. Do you necessarily sacrifice the authenticity of the storyline for the shock factor? And the shock factor would be, hey, dude, guess what? Naomi attacked Jade Cargill. And I think Naomi's looking for, she needs a storyline. She needs a storyline, but I don't think this is quite it just yet. Overall, my other choice that I think that, I think the Tonga Twins. The Tonga Twins finally make their way into WWE. They've been kind of seen backstage on WWE NXT for quite some time. Maybe Nia Jax starts to develop her own little, bloodline storyline where you have the Tongan Twins. And then you also have, Candice LeRae, and they completely kick Tiffany Stratton out to the point where she gets absolutely brutalized. She gets her, she gets her butt kicked. She looks like the victim. The fans love themselves some, it's Tiffy time. And then they find a way to turn Tiffany Stratton babyface because just basically this, the odds are against her. She's been, she's to the point where she's all alone. All the fans are like, oh, you should have been paying attention to hints here and there of Nia Jax, absolutely disrespecting you, grabbing you by the throat, demeaning you, talking down to you. When is Tiffany Stratton finally going to catch a grip and be like, you know what? I got to do what I got to do. I got to cash in on Nia Jax. See, like, that plan also comes to mind, but then again, I think about it, I'm like, okay, if Nia Jax, if she did put the Tonga twins against, up to the task of knocking out Jade Cargill, then maybe that might, muddy the waters a little bit, I guess. But right now, it's still obviously, up in the air. It's going to be interesting to find out what happens, once when it's all said and done. Shinsuke Nakamura defeats Andrade. Andrade, his momentum, it seems to be kind of diminishing a little bit. And, and it sucks. I feel like when Andrade was brought back to WWE, it was going to be different. It was going to be a whole different, different type of Andrade, a whole different type of bookings. And for, by all means it was. But now it kind of seems like he's being booked in the same reasons what got him uninterested in the World Wrestling Entertainment to begin with. Is like, okay, one match you're going to look strong, Andrade. One match you're going to look unstoppable. One match you're going to look like you can hold a mid-card title like the United States Championship or the WWE Intercontinental Championship. And then the next match, it's going to look like you've never wrestled before. And, obviously that's, it might be a little exaggeration there. But, like, Shinsuke Nakamura kind of took him on, like, he kind of won decisively. There was never really any doubt of Shin losing that match. And I think that's an indictment on Andrade. That should have been a way more competitive match. Obviously, with Andrade losing that match, they are doing everything in everything in their power, everything in their, in their backpack, so to speak, to push this new Shinsuke Nakamura, this darker, more sinister, Macaulay kind of character. And I like it. I like it for Shinsuke Nakamura, but it seems like, what we're going to talk about later on as well after, talking about Survivor Series, LA Knight losing. We're going to, the LA Knight character seems like he kind of suffered because of it. And the Andrade character seems like he kind of suffered as well. But, it's, still obviously up in air. Hopefully we'll get the whole, perspective, the whole picture at the end of it once when, right now it's still the United States Championship picture in WWE right now is a complete disarray. Like, you don't know who you want to put the title on, and whoever wins the title, after 100 plus days, you lose it. Like, when Logan lost it, he was kind of like a part-timer. He lost at the LA Knight. And then you had this whole Andrade, Carmelo Hayes thing coming along. And then Santos Escobar demands to be respected, and Legado del Fantasma went to Nick Aldis demanding some time and some attention and some respect. They got it for like an episode and a half or like 2 episodes. So I don't know. It's I don't know. Right now it's still very much up in the air. It's interesting. That's what WWE is doing really, really well. But, it doesn't really have much of a, doesn't have really much of a direction right now. So, obviously, when we talk about Survivor Series, we'll get more into that. Tommaso Ciampa explains his actions to Johnny Gargano, his partner of DIY, talking about how Alex Shelley, he mentored you, bro, when you were like 20. But that's in the past. So, you have to decide if your friendship with Alex Shelley is going to basically dictate your future as a tag team competitor, because if they want to be on top, they have to dethrone the Motor City Machine Guns. I feel for Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa said, if you don't come up with a plan, Johnny, I'm gonna keep doing it my way. Where he's causing ruckus and he's attacking people inside the ring, costing Street Profits the match. Like, obviously, this is building up for a nice little successful, triple threat match for the WWE tag team titles, which would be pretty badass. I would love to see it at Saturday night's main event in like a ladder match or something like that. That'd be pretty cool. But I don't know, it should be pretty awesome. Cody Rhodes taking on Carmelo Hayes. We all knew this was this was Carmelo Hayes, young, not really going to, put up much. Well, he put up a fight. He put up a decent fight against Cody Rhodes. Came out originally throwing haymakers, verbally saying that Kevin Owens was right. Cody Rhodes, you don't stab people in the back, you stab people right in the heart. So, with that kind of being said, I love Carmelo Hayes' attitude. But he's still very young. Still very much young, in my opinion. I felt like he could have spent a little more time in NXT, especially with this, with the new deal with the CW and them being kind of like their own, wrestling entity. But now he kind of throws it in the face of competitors that, yeah, dude, I'm a first round draft pick. Like if nowadays that really means something, and it really doesn't. It really doesn't in WWE. Like the first round draft pick, it's not that great. Like, you know what I mean? But I don't know. Carmelo Hayes, great competitor. That Crossroads, man, damn, he got hit hard. Man, it looked like that guy had a broken neck. Like, I was worried for Carmelo Hayes. I was like, dude, holy crap. You don't have to sell the Crossroads that much. That's insane. We had a sit-down meeting between Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Obviously, Roman Reigns still at odds with CM Punk. They both said, I don't like you, in their respective manners. And CM Punk wants to revisit their relationship after WarGames. But something that kind of, was interesting to talk about was the wise man. Roman Reigns asked him, hey, what was the favor that CM Punk asked for? And even after the WarGames match at Survivor Series, you had them embrace each other, CM Punk and Paul Heyman. And, CM Punk kind of reiterating, hey, man, you owe me that favor. So we'll find out what that favor is later on. Next couple of months maybe, but I don't know. I think it should be juicy. WWE Women's United States Tag Team Tournament continued with Piper Niven, Lash Legend, obviously taking the spot of the injured Jade Cargill, and Michin. Hated that botched cover. I love Michin. She's cool and all, but I Lash Legend should have won this bout. And I feel like with the addition of Michin, you kind of need that little bit. You need that baby face kind of, Bayley, I feel like, she's a baby face at this time, but she's still kind of working her way up to, like, being that, to the full left kind of baby face. As of right now, Michin is led by the WWE Universe. So, obviously she had to win. I knew she was going to win. But when Lash Legend came out, I got to be honest, I changed my opinion. I was like, dude, this girl is the future WWE. This girl needs to make it to the main roster and fight for the title. But, she lost. So now we have, Michin, Bayley, and Chelsea Green in the finals. And we have one more spot. And finally, in the main event, Jacob Fatu cleanly beat the Hot Jey Uso, which was kind of crazy to me. Like, Jacob Fatu, obviously, I've kind of talked about this on this podcast over and over and over again, how the reason why they didn't want him to debut so quick in WWE was because he would overshadow Solo Sikoa, the Tribal Chief. And so far, he's done that. He's done exactly that. He's been way better than Solo Sikoa. He's been way better than Tama Tonga Loa. He's been better than basically everybody. He's been even more impressive than Roman Reigns in recent times, who got cleanly pinned by Solo Sikoa at WWE Crown Jewel. So the Samoa Werewolf definitely, he has a hot, promising start. He was able to kick out of the spear and the Uso splash. I loved the clean pin, but at the same time, I kind of felt for Jey Uso, who I thought was going to be. He was pushed by WWE. He won the Intercontinental Championship and everything, but then the Civil War kind of happened, and then Solo Sikoa cost him the championship against Braun Breaker. Bam, Braun Breaker becomes the two-time WWE Intercontinental Champion. But all in all, it was a great match. I felt like it was a great way to kind of set up the feud, the WWE, the Bloodline storyline that's set to take place within the next couple of years. Like, even Paul Heyman said in an interview that if you think that the Bloodline storyline was over after Cody Rhodes finished his story at the end of WrestleMania 41, you're in for a brutal surprise. This is basically only the third inning. So, obviously a lot of, build up heading toward WWE, WrestleMania 41. Maybe maybe that'll be the end of the sixth inning. Who knows? All right, guys. So, hey, do not go anywhere. We're going to talk about some WWE Monday Night Raw talk. Obviously, it has already aired on the East Coast. I realize that, but I have not checked out any single shred of social media. No TikTok, no Facebook, for no Instagram for no content and updates. I'm going in completely blind. I got it recorded right now. I'm still a schmuck who pays for basic cable, who has it recorded on my fancy recorded DVD. Did he still call it DVR nowadays? I'm not too sure. But we're gonna talk about some good old fashioned Monday Night Raw. So grab your favorite snack, grab your favorite ice cold beverage, and join me here in about 25 seconds. So hey, do not go anywhere.